instance. Now, the last thing that I want to get into related to this election is that it's going to be the implementation for the first time of ranked choice voting. I didn't know what the hell it was, what it meant. I kind of had an idea. You vote for multiple candidates, but I wasn't sure exactly how it worked. So I looked it up, found a good site with, a breakdown of how it works, a video, and some like Q&A feedback, and some like infographics that were very helpful to explain it, which I will link to in the episode notes for you guys to check out. But basically, one of the elections in 2019, it was a ballot measure, and us New Yorkers passed it with a 73.5% support, meaning that our vote back then is coming into effect now for the first time, and will be in place for citywide primary elections from here on out, starting on June 22nd. Now, the way it works is that you're going to have a ballot with all the candidates on it, and instead of voting for one, you get to rank up to 5 candidates in your order of preference. So if you want to vote for Andrew Yang, and by the way, you can opt out of this and just vote for one candidate and not even fuck with the whole like ranking system. So you have the option, which option's a beautiful thing. But yeah, if you want to, there's a list of candidates, and then up on top, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's going to be columns. So what's your first choice? And, you fill in the bubble for that candidate under your first choice. Who's your second choice? If your first choice didn't win, who would you want to win? And then you can vote, down the line, Ray McGuire or Eric Adams or Catherine Garcia, etc. And so on and so forth until you rank up to 5 candidates. Now, the way that the votes are going to be counted across the board is that if any candidate receives more than 50% of first choice votes, then they win the election automatically, and it's over and done with. If there's no candidates that win or that earn more than 50% of the first choice votes, then the counting continues to a second round. And each round, the candidate with the fewest votes is eliminated. So if your top choice candidate, whoever you voted as your number one choice, if that happens to be the person that gets the least votes, it goes to a second round. That person gets eliminated, and then whoever you voted for your second place vote, now that vote gets counted. And in that second round, if that person or whoever in that second round gains more than 50% of the votes of folks, then that person wins. And so on and so forth. If during that second round still nobody has more than 50% of the votes, it goes to the third round, and then the fourth round, and then the fifth round, etc., until there's only 2 candidates left. And then at that point, whoever has the most votes between the 2 candidates that are left wins. So it's pretty interesting. And like I said, you have the option to, if you just want to vote for one person, feel free, go ahead. But it's definitely going to be interesting to see how this plays out. I'm sure there's going to be hiccups and reporting and stuff like that, especially it being the first time being rolled out. So just following that is going to be interesting in and of itself. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We'll see if it's something that sticks.